Target 12 investigators exclusive to catch a fugitive. We bring you the inside of the capture of Naquan Gadsden, first prisoner to escape from the ACI in 14 years. And just when it looked like he was a ghost, investigators closed in and got their man. Tonight, we reveal how investigators conducted surveillance in 3 states over the course of this investigation. Target 12 investigator Tim White tracked the movements of Gadsden all the way to Brooklyn, New York. He's here now with some of his findings.
Naquan Gadsden convinced officials here at the ACI he was someone else by using another inmate's ID who was facing less dangerous charges. He spent the next 10 days on the run. Tonight, we reveal Gadsden's path and the story of how U.S. Marshals here and the state police stayed hot on his heels. When Naquan Gadsden escaped from the Intake Services Center at the ACI on July 27th, police immediately released his picture hoping for tips, and that mugshot dominated the news.
At this hour, that prisoner is still on the loose.
This was the first time in 14 years that someone had actually escaped from the prison itself.
In prison awaiting trial for a violent robbery, investigators say Gadsden used his contacts on the outside before busting out.
It's safe to say he's not a Rhodes Scholar. However, he's a very street smart and savvy kid.
Rhode Island State Police Corporal Patrick Riley runs the state's Violent Fugitive Task Force. State police investigators along with U.S. Marshals here make up the unit. They conducted hundreds of interviews in the first week. Riley says most of Gadsden's associates had something in common.
They were not very cooperative, no.
Even when people were playing cute with the cops, Riley says they would accidentally give up something that would be valuable on a larger scale. It's that information that led them to a key clue. They needed to find a neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York, with 3 distinct landmarks: a school playground, a house of prayer, and a deli.
You'd be surprised how many delis there are in Brooklyn.
With Gadsden moving quickly, they decided not to take a 3-hour drive to New York. Instead, they electronically walked the streets of Brooklyn, using online satellite imaging to look for the 3 landmarks. After several hours, they found it. They picked up the phone and called the largest fugitive task force in the country in New York City.
Within several minutes of our initial conversation, they had eyeballs on the residents conducting surveillance.
But was Naquan Gadsden inside that apartment? And if so, did he know the U.S. Marshals were outside his door? Tonight, this investigation brings you to Brooklyn. We get exclusive access to the New York Fugitive Task Force, retracing their steps as they track Gadsden down. We also reveal what Gadsden had on him when he was arrested and why authorities had such a hard time figuring out if they had their man. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
You won't want to miss To Catch a Fugitive, a Target 12 investigators exclusive tonight on Eyewitness News at 11.